The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry for C.J. Procise. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
14, 50, 58.
On 3rd down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Wilson will throw again, escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Mike 50!
Hey, Alpha!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He finds an opening past the 40. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. No score after one on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now a run with Montgomery. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
On second down, it's Montgomery looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They run it with Carson. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he's into the clear. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Bears 3. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. Gets around him. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole space to rumble.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, 27 yards. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Now Wilson, going to throw again. He'll find Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Deion Bush with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Check nine, check nine.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Key to tight end. 4 down, check. 4 down. Hey, 18. 50 minus 50.
Again on second and 10, it's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Tight right. Everyone's got 4 down. 18.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. It's caught, it's Miller. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Stop! 180! Ran, stop! 54's Mike. Check. Hey, orbit. Let's put it.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen in the final seconds of the first half as the Bears push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Five.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. That is caught by Cullen. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Jefferson able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He hits his running back, Procise. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On third down, Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Wilson eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 20. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. The